Hello everyone, today we are going to be making some cauliflower ceviche, and I like to serve this with my homemade tostadas, oven baked, and some store-bought or homemade guacamole. And these are some of the ingredients we're going to be using, okay? So I turned on my oven at 350 and I have my corn tortillas in the oven. And I place them right as soon as I turn on the oven. I just turn it on, put the tortillas in, and then I leave them there for about 25 to 30 minutes, depending on your oven. You can check them, 15 minutes in and see how they're doing. And then once they're done, you just take them out, let them cool, and they're ready to use. Okay, so while the tostadas are in the oven baking, we are going to start mixing in the cauliflower ceviche, okay? So I have 2 cups of really finely chopped cauliflower. This is like half of a small cauliflower, and I like it really small, if you can see the little pieces. And then to this we're going to add about half of a serrano pepper, and this is going to be to taste. If you don't like spice, don't add any, but add a little bit at a time, depending on how spicy your pepper is. And then also we're going to add about 1/4 of a cup of white onion, finely diced, and then about 1/2 of a cup of chopped cilantro. And again, you can play with this recipe. You can add more or less according to your taste. And about 1 cup of chopped tomatoes. We're going to mix this. And to this I'm going to make a dressing that will go over this to make it into the ceviche, which is with like lemon juice and garlic and things like that. So you can see it's already starting to come together and look fabulous. So now we are going to make the dressing. Okay, so now we're going to prepare the dressing, and this is where you can make it either plant-based or just vegan. Originally, this recipe, I used to make it with extra virgin olive oil, and also I used to cook the cauliflower, but then one day I got lazy and I just didn't want to cook it, so I thought, what would happen if I just make it raw? So I did it raw, and I've been making it like that ever since. I really like it raw. So this is also a great recipe for people that eat raw food. So anyways, going back to the dressing, before I started eating a more plant-based diet, I used extra virgin olive oil. If you don't use olive oil anymore, what you can do is you can just finely mince the garlic, add the lemon juice, the salt and pepper, and the dry oregano, and you don't have to put it in the blender or anything because it might not be enough juice for it to blend in your little blender. So that way you can avoid using any oil. If you're still eating some oil, then this is what I do with the recipe. So I do like 2 or 3 cloves of garlic, and then I do 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and I put in 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then I do some cracked pepper to your taste, and then I used to do 1 tablespoon of olive oil. I don't do that anymore, so I just add a little tiny bit of it, just to give it more liquid and add some flavor. And then we're going to blend this up really well, okay? Okay, so I have the dressing here now, and this is what it looks like. You guys can see it. And I'm just going to pour it in here. And then this is when I add the dry oregano, and I just add like a little pinch of it. This is according to your taste, so I do like that much, like maybe 1/4 of a teaspoon or so, and I just like this is what I do. Mash it between my hands or my fingers. And then I just mix this in really well. A lot of people eat it just like this over tostadas. I liked it with some guacamole, or if you don't have guacamole, or you know, you just want to add a little bit more flavor, you can just maybe chop a little bit of avocado. So that would be great if you add a little bit of avocado. That tastes really good as well. I've done that too. And so this is ready. Just taste it. If it needs any more salt, pepper, any seasonings, adjust the seasonings, and we're going to plate it up. So it's been about 30 minutes and our tostadas are done. And this is it. They're really crunchy and dried up. So I'm going to take them out. Okay, so I took out my tostadas from the oven and I let them cool like that. I usually just leave them there over the comal. And these can be stored like in a Ziploc bag once they've been completely cooled. Or you can put them like in a plastic container, just like really like well sealed, like an airtight container, and it'll keep for like a week or so. So that's really great. So you can have those on hand. I usually do like a whole bunch and I leave them for the week so that I can snack on. Just add, you know, beans and lettuce and some homemade salsa or something. And that's also like a great option that you don't have to really like cook anything. It's already there. So now we're going to prepare them. Another thing about the tostadas, if I bake them in my big oven, I don't need to turn them over. I just leave them like that and they're, you know, until I take them out. But if I do them in my little toaster oven that I do like 2 or 3 at a time, I usually have to turn those over like 15 minutes in or something, because then they start sweating for some reason. So because I have aluminum foil covered over my little rack, like I do in the oven. So just that's a quick tip for you guys, okay? Okay, so to prepare my tostadas, my ceviche de cauliflower ceviche tostadas, I will just put a little bit of guacamole here. I get my guacamole usually at like Whole Foods and stuff, but you can make your own. Or just like I said, add some avocado to it. And then I put some of the ceviche here, and you don't really need to leave it, you know, sitting in the lemon juice or anything like that. It usually picks up the flavor pretty quickly. So, and then that's it. That's your ceviche de cauliflower ceviche tostadas. And they are so, so good. I hope you guys give it a try. And I hope you guys like it. And let me know in the comments below, okay? Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye. Okay, this is a close-up of the ceviche. And I also wanted to mention that this is a great dish to take to like a potluck or something. And you can always make it like the night before the party or the gathering. And it'll be perfectly fine. It'll taste great. And it'll just have like a little bit of liquid at the bottom. You can either like throw that out or just leave it like that to give it flavor. And then also the other thing is that I recommend anytime you're going to use like a spice you've never used before, like if you've never had oregano or something like that, I suggest that you put a little bit of the ceviche on the side and try it with the oregano, with a little bit of it, and then taste it and then see if you like it. And if you like it with the oregano, then add it to the rest of the batch instead of, you know, trying it and then figuring out you didn't like the oregano to begin with. So I think that really gives it like a really, really wonderful flavor. So I hope you guys try it and enjoy it. Everybody, you know, most people that try this, they really, really enjoy it. They really like it. And I think it's a really healthy and delicious and awesome looking recipe. So I hope you guys give it a try, okay? Talk to you soon. Bye.